Welcome from my side. And if I read correctly, I'm the last one before the beer session actually starts. So I know I have to, at latest, at 6 to finish, otherwise probably you're going to run outside and I'm going to be alone here. I'll try, so let's start. When we discuss DevOps, we discuss about technology. We discuss about releases, we have KPIs and so forth and so forth. But we seldomly talk about one thing that actually sets the base. Will you be productive, or will flow actually not really arise? That means we're talking about something seemingly very simple. We're talking about language. And with language, you can really set the base, how you all in a team or beyond the team are going to work. Maybe let me share with you some experiences. It's quite a long time where I started to work. And I was normally quite fast with analysis, so I went into teams and went inside and said, listen, actually, it's quite easy. It's really very obvious. I looked at the issues, and this is the way how we can solve the things. And the interesting thing about it was, or let's put it differently, people like to go out to drink beer with me, but they didn't like when I'm joining the meetings, especially if we're making analysis. And I started to analyze, why is this really happening? And I found out, I'm this guy here. Yeah, I'm this guy on the left side. And who wants really to be the guy on the left side, especially if you do not do it on purpose? So what was the point? I came there, I was 23, 24, going inside, talking with people about a problem that they, for maybe half a year, were elaborating on it. And I came after one evening where I make the analysis, coming inside and said, guys, it's really easy and obvious. Let's start. Yeah, the youngest person in the room, others need half a year, don't come to a court, and now this funny guy from university is introducing himself with, that was an easy one, it was obvious. Yeah. So what we're talking today about is how to get out of this issue, yeah, or how not to use, let's put it this way, red flags. If you want to, it's fine, but not by accident. And this is what we want to look at. Yeah, that means you're then the person who chooses, are you on the left side, or could it be somehow different and more productive? Who am I? My name is Uscher. I'm over 25 years already in the business. It's from time to time a bit shocking if you see yourself that you're going more and more in the direction of 30 years in the business. I'm dealing with transformation, organizational design, organizational development with agile teams, and I'm the managing director of Agiliana. We're a consulting company dealing with transformation, organizational design, and so forth. That means we support companies, we support teams as coaches when we deal with agility, but as well when we're dealing with communication, obviously. So that means conflicts, communication are my everyday business, and this is what I want to share with you. Okay, so the thing is, we have sentences that actually, if you speak them out in a certain way, you can look at them actually as bottlenecks, because they produce something with other people. Let's look at it. My favorite, as I already told, that's obvious. Yeah? Or another one, just do it. Yeah? Or Yeah, fine idea. We tried it already once, we tried it already twice, we tried it already 3 times. And now you come again. Honestly? Or, it's not my problem. Yeah? Or another one, who broke production? Who? Yeah? I think it's clear this makes something with a group. Is it just now my perspective, or did one of you witness such situations? Maybe hands up. Who knows this? Okay, we've got some who obviously have never witnessed this, but most of the people, okay, know what I'm talking about. I'm happy that my customers are not all psyches. That means we're just in a normal world. So let's look at it. Okay, if we have the following situation, maybe you're the group that deals with the testing, and we had done the test, we have a release. Half an hour after the release, a major bug appears. Yeah, a showstopper. And now imagine I come in, let's assume I'm the manager or whatever, and you're the whole team, you worked a whole week, and now I come in and say, why didn't you, all of you, every single one of you, test properly? Now the question to you, what does this make? What's the effect if I come in and I start like this? What's the effect? Any idea? Pardon? You shut down as a person, you say, listen, I worked 1 week, I worked my ass off, and now you come. Now let's have a discussion and a competition, especially the competition, yeah? The first thing what I actually tell you, or what you probably will hear, I don't care how much you worked, but you failed. And this is the first thing that you take. And what's the effect? You get into defense, or you withdraw, where you say, listen, okay, do whatever you want, but without me, yeah? And the point is that in every situation, it's always about, okay, if we've got a problem, how are we going to fix it? What's the next step? And if I come in like this, the first reaction with the group in general is, we're not thinking anymore, we're in defense, yeah? It takes now time. If I come like this inside a room and start like this, I have to work again that we all are coming to a mode where we're really working again. Let's look at a different situation. One thing, before I forget it, it's always when you talk, it's about the packaging. The packaging is exactly as important as the content. You could even say the packaging is more important. Why? Because if the packaging doesn't work, no one will listen to you. Bad thing is if someone is an expert in packaging, but there's no content. Yeah, it's not good as well. Okay, different situation. Now let's assume we have a fix in front of us, and you as a team tell me as a manager, listen, it's really risky. You remember the last time you came to us with a major bug and we have now a fix? It's risky. We have to discuss it. And my reaction is, just deploy this fix. Just do it. What would be the reaction? What would you think? Again, any ideas?
Send me the email.
One after the other?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care? Send me the email. Mm-hmm. And it goes in that direction. My concerns do not count. Yeah? And we all, in our business, we're experts. Yeah? And if now someone comes, and now imagine you've got a manager who is under pressure and has got no ideas, just a manager, and you're all the experts, but your concern as an expert do not count. That's really, really risky. Yeah? That means only a small word, this makes the effect. Yeah? I come in and say, just blah, 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 blah. And I don't care what you say. Yeah? So, what happens? Withdrawal, frustration. Will you come the next time, or will you actually put in the next time your whole focus on how can I reduce my personal risk, and I don't care what's happening with the company. This is, on long term, the effect. Let's look at another one. We tried that already. Imagine you're an engineer at, let's say, German car production company, Volkswagen, 15 years ago. Yeah? And you come as an engineer and say, listen, I made some analysis, maybe you should deal with electric cars. Just as an idea. And by the way, it's not that VW and BMW never dealt with electric cars. But assume the reaction is, you come there, you take all your passion and say, let's deal with something new that we will probably need. And the reaction is, okay, listen, I know you're young, we're the experienced one, we tried it once, we tried it twice, we tried it 3 times. What do you really want? Yeah? So what's the effect? I think we all know it. We say it cannot work, we don't care how much enthusiasm you bring inside, forget it. Yeah? And what's the effect of all of this? How many times will I bring new ideas inside? And because of this sentence, we've got, I would say, a couple of companies that were maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago very well known, and someone came with an idea, and now these companies are history. Does anyone of you remember Kodak? Actually, they invented digital photography, one of their engineers. Yeah? That was the point. This sentence is really, really dangerous. Yeah? So, we're not talking, when we talk about de-escalating language, we're not talking about making everything soft and smoothie and nice, or avoiding conflicts. On the contrary, we talk about how to manage that the arguments find their room and that we really can discuss, analyze, and be more proper. And the idea is clear in the issue, safe in the relationship. I'm not feeling attacked. The relationship between us is fine. And then we're specific in the next steps, because many things that I had as an example, what is the result? We're not talking about the next steps. We're talking about guilt. We're talking about defense, but not about, okay, how we're going to fix the problem. But the problem is, it's not always so easy to find the right saying. Yeah? Especially if you're the one entering the room and you're, let's say, you're really on fire, and then you remember, okay, Tal told us something about how to talk, how to discuss, and to calm down. It's not really that easy. And that's why I brought you, let's say, 2 things that I would like to share with you. And I'm going to try out, by the way. So, yeah, we're going to try it out. Okay, first of all, if we communicate with each other, we've got triggers that can affect everything in a positive way or in a negative way. That means if I say something, then I have the issue of status. Yeah? Someone tells me something, do I look incompetent in the way the person says something to me? Certainty, yeah? Do we know what's happening? Yeah? Does it make us insecure? Autonomy, am I being overruled? Who likes to be overruled? Yeah? Relatedness, are we now in one team or are we now in 2 teams? Yeah? What is it about? Fairness, is it fair? Are we sharing things responsible? Let me give you some examples. Red flags, the issue with, I come inside and say, that's basic, honestly. Shall we talk about it? Really? Yeah? Meaning, you're incompetent. Yeah? And imagine someone, a junior, comes inside, asks a question, and the answer is, really? That's basic. How many times will the junior ask questions? Yeah? So, and there are better ways of phrasing this. You can say, instead of, that's basic, okay, I got your point, but I've got some assumptions about it. Let's discuss it. Different way instead of saying that's basic. Yeah? Certainty. I can come to you and say, listen, the system is broken. Yeah? I don't know how it's in your companies, but if someone comes to you and say your main system is broken, most of the people will react in panic. Yeah, maybe it's better to say, okay, we know that we have got here certain issues. These are X, Y, Z. And there are certain issues that we do not know, A, B, C, and we have to analyze them. Let's keep going. Yeah? Works a lot better instead of, hooray, panic, fantastic. Yeah? Autonomy. We had it before. Just do blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Just do it. Yeah? It's not really feeling nice. Better is, my proposal is X, Y, Z. Are there risks about it? Or are there contradictory arguments? Yeah? And if there are none, fine, then let's do it. Takes you maybe 10 seconds more, but you're productive. Relatedness. The security team blocks everything. Don't know how familiar you are with this, but people that are dealing with security are not mostly the beloved persons, but they've got things in mind. Yeah? And if I come like this, security teams block everything, then we've got at least two teams. Security, the bad ones, and the rest. So it would be something else if we say, okay, we optimize for certain risks. Okay, fine, but let's look in this project about the risk we optimize for. Are they valid? Are they still here? Let's discuss it. Completely different, and it's actually then an invitation to work. Instead of, you're the bad ones, we're the good ones. Fairness. That's your problem. By the way, very beloved, when people create problems for the whole team and then say, it's not my problem, it's your problem. I'm away for holidays, bye-bye. Yeah? It's not nice. Yeah? But it's different to discuss about ownership in a very, let's say, quiet way. So you see, there are always different ways how to talk about, but these 5 dimensions help you to look what is actually happening here. Now, what are the typical triggers in your organization? All 5, one is maybe specific, I don't know. Stated, relatedness, and fairness. Okay. That means you're getting often attacked, actually, by purpose or not by purpose. Or the feeling is like being attacked.
We're quite a large developing company, and there is a major gap between developer knowledge. And when the 5th team with the same problem comes and still doesn't know better, it doesn't help in the process that someone always says, yeah, that's a basic problem, you're stupid.
Okay. That means because you're a big team, I just repeat for the people that are online, that means because you're a big company, then some teams come with the same issue, don't know from each other, probably, then they get an answer because maybe a manager would ever heard it 5 times and says, it's the 5th time, come on. Yeah? Other points? Other ideas? Other impressions from your organizations?
Mostly fairness. I work in hosting a lot of time, and when something goes wrong or a website goes down, for example, due to performance issues, I often get that's your problem. While the code might not be optimized, and that creates a discussion that never ends instead of just working together to open up, improve the site. And
this is, you work in hosting, and that means People come to you only when there are problems, actually. That means when the site is down, and it's always clear you're the guy. Yeah? Even if maybe months before you said, we are at risk, people tend to forget, and then they come to you. I assume, I don't know. Yeah? So, nevertheless, if one of these dimensions are hurt, we don't really feel nice, we block, we defend. It's very natural. Yeah? And it costs us a lot of energy to come back. Yeah? So, if you are the person who is discussing or you manage things and you see there might be strange reactions, look at these dimensions. And if you start feeling not well because someone maybe from management came to you, look what is actually happening there. And sometimes, believe me, not all managers try to do a bad job or to, let's say, to have a bad contact with you. Sometimes they need help. Yeah? And that maybe helps you to discuss with them. Now, it's not that red flags are forbidden and are bad, but you should always think, if you say, let's say, these sharp words, what is the effect? Sometimes it helps because you go into a team and you want to wake them up. Okay, maybe. But most of the time, people do not do it on purpose. So you should think, what is the effect of all that you are doing? Does it help the people to start working, to get into work, to start analyzing? Does it serve them? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't use red flags. Everyone was nodding here. Okay. So let's start working on it. I invite you to get together in groups of 4-6 people, and we try some things out. Okay? So, gather around in groups. This is the part normally where 50% of the people run outside. But I asked to lock the door from the outside, so... Okay. Now, look at these 3 sentences. We had them. We have the "that's obvious." We have "why didn't you test this?" We tried that already. Think about what is heard. And think about what do you feel when you would hear it. And what would be a better formulation. Okay? Let's say about 5 minutes. Okay? Have a go. Let's continue. So, that's obvious. Could be like, I should have known, I stop asking, something like that. What ideas did you have? How can we formulate it a bit better? Mm-hmm. Have you tried? I already explained to the other group, when you ask questions, that's really good, but you have to be sure you're not really sharp. So what I often do is, before I ask the question, let me please understand, yeah? And then, could you explain to me X, Y, Z? So even if you're with a lot of energy inside, and maybe you're really upset, it takes out the spice, let's put it this way, out of your formulation. Okay, let's go further. Why didn't you test this? Could be something like, you should have known better. What could be an idea, how to formulate it? What did you have as a group?
Can we cover this with tests in the future?
Mm-hmm. Can we cover this with tests in the future? Very good, yeah? So you're going inside with, let's discuss the way forward, and not you guys. We tried that already. My most beloved one, I don't know how it's in other countries, but I've got the impression this is, Germans love this sentence in very traditional companies. Yeah. So, new ideas are welcome here. Better could be we tried something similar, the issue was X. What is different now? So we're inviting people to discuss it in an analytical way. Yeah? Okay. I would like to show you, I think framework is a bit too much, but a way how to get to such formulation, especially when you know it's really, really, let's say it's really tight, it's really tough, and especially when all are under pressure. Yeah? This is always the big point when people are under pressure and things went wrong. How do we communicate? I would suggest start with the facts first. Yeah? A major bug occurred, we've got a showstopper. This is fact. Yeah? Urgency. Yeah? I know we all have now different priorities. Yeah? And I know this comes as an add-on. I know that. Yeah? But let's really switch priorities and look at it. Yeah? You know people have got lots and lots of things to do. Acknowledge it. Yeah? Say, I know that, but still, we have a problem to fix. Clarify the impact. Yeah? Why shall we deal with it? Yeah? We've got a major bug, and maybe it's such a big bug that if we don't fix it in a short time, yeah, our major investor will leave. Not really the nice thing. What does it mean? Yeah? What is really the concern behind it? If the major investor will leave, probably our financing, our whole financing that they are currently working on, will break down. And this is really a concern. I think then everyone can understand this. And now comes a specific request. Everyone is now on the same page. We know what the problem is, what we have to deal with it. We know that although we are all under pressure, we know how we do it. And now, let's do X, Y, Z. Let's analyze this. Let's make this, let's make that. Okay? Seems actually very simple. That's why I brought a case with me. That means, again, in your groups, try out. Let me explain the case. We've got a situation, and I hope it's fine for you. It's got nothing to do with technology, with DevOps, complete normal situation, doesn't matter where you are. Let's imagine we're in a company. Tomorrow starts a really big event where the whole company is invited. Yeah? Thousands of people are invited. They're online there, or they're really there on the space. And everything is ready. The agenda, catering, room setup, speaker timing, everything is fixed. And in the evening before, the top managers have a brilliant idea. Yeah? They say, we need another keynote. And this is really important because in the last 48 hours, things changed. We have to keep everything as it is, but we have to have an additional keynote. Yeah? And you're all the event managers, but marketing lead says, okay, guys, we just need you to adjust the agenda. Yeah? It's not that big problem. You put a new keynote inside, 5 minutes. Yeah? So, just do it. What would probably happen if you get it in that way? You worked half year for it, and the last days are normally in an event, they're really, really tough. And now comes someone and tells you, we have to switch the agenda, and honestly, it's not a big deal. Especially, it's not my big deal, it's your big deal. Yeah? So, I ask you, again, to rephrase it. Look at what might happen with the event managers if they hear such sentences. I think this is an easy one. But still, there might be a need behind it, yeah, maybe even legitimate. Think about that. And then rewrite the sentence and use this fact framework. Yeah? What is the fact? What pressure should be acknowledged, because obviously there is pressure. Yeah? What impact or risk matters? What interest is behind this request? And what should be now the next steps? Okay? We're a bit short in time. I would say try for 6 minutes. Okay, let's get further. Got a couple of minutes till the beer starts. I've seen some people nodding when I explained the case, so I have the impression it's a bit familiar. Just to give you an idea how would be a possibility to introduce, let's say, this new task, this new problem. It could be, for instance, listen guys, the event starts tomorrow, I know, yeah, and I realize this request creates pressure, and I'm really sorry about it. But leadership would like to increase the impact of the event, and this is why we need this keynote. Just to make sure we made it so short as possible, yeah, because we know it's really a problem. Now, guys, can we identify the smallest agenda change that makes the keynote possible without destabilizing the whole event? I think this sounds completely different, like adjust the agenda. It's really, come on, yeah? So it's an invitation, yeah? And it's already clarifying we, as let's say the other part, we already did part of our job and we try to really shrink it and make it small, that you know we already worked for that. You're not alone, yeah? And this is important. Okay, so I already said I've got some other case studies from our trainings, but I'm not going to ask you to do that because I know the beer is waiting, so I'm not crazy. Okay, maybe the last point. You've seen two, let's say, structures for analysis. In theory, it's all very easy. I know in practice it's very difficult, especially if you're involved. Yeah? But I invite you really to look at language maybe a bit different. It's not nice to have. It really sets the basis. Do you invite the people, or do you, with one sentence or with one word, actually destroy the whole base of work and kill flow? And then it costs really time to get back. Yeah, so this is my invitation to you. Thank you very much. I think we have some seconds for questions. Before that, that's interesting. I would like to share with you something. If you are from time to time in Berlin and you're interested in methods like this, or how, for instance, how you can use AI for moderation, all these things, we have a sandbox night that takes place every 2 months, where we try things out, things that we later on use with our clients. That means it's like in a sandbox, actually. So if you're interested in something like this, contact me. It's a closed meetup, so we invite people, and who wants to come, comes. Okay? Now, thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
One thing that I'm missing a bit, it's also from personal experience. From time to time, I bump into people that, in my opinion, actually do have the communication nuance and skill set, but where emotion regulation is a bigger part of the issue, that they actually have the skills to communicate in kind of the way that you showed us, but at some point they just kind of lose control over their emotions, and they start talking, the beginning of the presentation.
The question was, what are we doing with people that have got all the knowledge, but have got emotional problems with their emotional control? To make it very brief, they've got a complete different issue. All this will not help you. So I think there are two things that are important. One thing, are they aware that they have such a problem? Mostly not. Yeah? Many times, if you discuss with these people afterwards, they think in their point of view, they were very calm, they were very inviting, everything was fine, although they went inside with such a tone and actually they said this. So the first thing is, are they aware of it? And to be honest, if you give such a feedback to people that are very emotional, if you get them on the right, let's say on the wrong foot, yeah, you have really to get the right situation and give good feedback. Yeah, and maybe not even once, maybe even more times, because we all know behavioral change is on the paper very easy, in practice it takes time. Yeah? And the second thing, they have to want to do the change and have to take care of it. It's not your business in the sense of you're not the healing person of these and you're not the personal coach. Yeah? But on the other hand, if someone is like this, then you have to think in a moderating role, or who's moderating, how to cut this. Because it's not a law if I'm not aware of my emotions that I can do whatever I want. Yeah? It's not fair for the others. Thank you. Another question? Okay, then thank you very much. Have a nice evening and have a nice conference. Thank you for being here. Cheers.